I'm Chris, and welcome to Darlo to the Prem, episode 29, and it's over. I just can't believe it. I don't know how it happened. It's the end. So, my director of football has done the dirty. So, I've basically set him off and said, you go and fill the staff out. And what's he done? He's hired Kenny Jackett. Why, of all the people in all the world, do you hire Kenny Jackett? I didn't notice at the time, and it suddenly comes to my attention, and it's like, I don't know if I can take this anymore. That man should be the reason I quit, but I can't. I can't quit. And he's on a 2-year contract, so I can't sack him yet either. So, I'm going to have to learn to send him to faraway parts of the UK and never see him at any meeting. And hopefully some stupid club will come along and offer him a job and get him off our wage bill. But why? Oh. On to proper matters then. So since you've been gone, we've dipped into the free transfer market a little bit. We've brought in Dowie Williams, a young winger / attacking midfielder / striker. He was with Man City. He signed for us and immediately said, can you find me a loan? I don't want to really. So he signed, and immediately Torquay came in, offered him the loan that he wants. So he's happy there. He also went straight on to international duty, so there was one game in between him signing and him leaving that he could have played, but he was away with Wales under 19. So, yes, we've signed him. He's only on a 11-month contract, but I think it's one of those players that if he shows more potential and he's looking pretty decent, he not had the greatest. He started the first game, scored a goal for Torquay, and has been on the subs bench 3 times. Also there, we've signed, using up our other ESC slot, is Ruben Aranzo, the former Valencian. Not that he's ever played for Valencia, I don't think. Oh, he did there, look. He had 4 games, was that? Oh, he did there, look. He had 4 games, and he started 4. And another 2 there with start and so yeah, the former Valencian. He's played quite a few games in actual fact, Valencia, but he obviously dropped down to Valencia B. Wasn't needed. They released him, so we picked him up. He's 24 years old. He's a steady Eddie. We're working him up match fitness wise, so he's had 1 start, 2 sub appearances. So. He hasn't completed 90 minutes yet. I'm just concerned because our injury record this season has been appalling. We'll go to the medical centre now. Just after during the last episode, Ethan Ennis came off the pitch and he had a broken ankle. He's been out for, I think it said 5 to 6 months. So we've written off most of his season. Hopefully he'll come back this season and can actually get back into the team, and we'll see what he can do. So he's someone with potential. Man United paid $750,000 for him. Norwich picked him up after Man United released him and loaned him to Wimbledon last year. 9 games, 2 goals, 1 assist. For us, he played 6 games, 5 from the start, and 2 goals and an assist. So he was certainly a useful contributor early on, and we've certainly been missing him. And then recently returned Kanye West, yeah. Slip of the tongue there. Kanye Ramsey, who we signed as cover for right back. He played the first game, got injured, was out for a month. So yeah, that was great. Akande has recently come back from injury. And Isaac Mbaya had a couple of days out with an injury there. So onto the league. Our form hasn't been too bad. We've been picking up a number of draws. Let's go to the schedule. So yeah, we've had a couple of away games against Bolton and Barnsley, quite tough, I'd have said. We've got a couple of draws there. We beat Wigan quite comfortably. We had Oldham in the BSM, and we drew that and lost on penalties this time. So we've got 3 points, I think, in the BSM, so we're still in it. We could, you never know, get through, and we may prioritise that competition later, because the biggest concern for me is our stadium. It's 5,498, and we're selling that every week, so we are at capacity all the time. So yeah, that's going to be a bit of a struggle if we can't get that sorted. That's fine. So one thing of note, Mark Williams has been playing quite regularly for the first team, so I've just moved him up there. So he's probably is he unavailable for today? We'll find out. So yeah, we've got a couple of games now on the horizon. One against Lincoln, who are obviously second in the league, and AFC Wimbledon, who were top, but Rotherham are starting to click into gear. So a real top of the table battle in the next couple of games. Right, so the team's picked for today's game. Watson's in goal. Ramsey making his first start at right back. Aranza and MacArthur are centre backs, with Munz at left back. Hammelberg and Murphy in the midfield, with Lloyd as the attacking midfielder. Akanji down the left. Williams is in and on the right, and Adeyemo up top. So it's been a lot of games back to back to back. So we're having to rotate, and as you can see, Lomwick is tired. Moore and Bayer picked up an injury in the midweek, and Pinheiro. So Ramsey starts his first game. He's limited to 45 minutes, so he'll be coming off at half time. And then hopefully we can get through this game relatively unscathed. So the starting 11 are all quite fit, and it's just a case of easing through Aranzo and Ramsey, really. And hopefully we can pick something up against, is it second place Lincoln, did I say? So another capacity crowd again, so big thumbs up to the Darlington fans for turning up. An early scare there. So yeah, that's going to be the biggest concern for us if we are progressing, that we have a tiny ground. It's the I think it's the second smallest in the league, or in this league anyway. There's something about Watts there. It has been all Lincoln, so yes, they are a rather decent size stuff fingers. That's not good news. That means Schofield's going to have to come in. One of the multiple changes that, for goodness sakes, we haven't started this game at all. 20 minutes in, every highlight has been Lincoln. 7 shots, 1 on target. We just are too open in midfield. That's the trouble with not having Mbaya in there, just to be a more defensive-minded midfielder. We're sort of 4 at the back and 6 up top. Let's fire them up, see if we can get anything out of them. It has been a lot more even since they scored, at least there is that. And 5th place in the table now. That's the lowest we've been all season, so we could certainly do with something here. Right, so I'm not going to risk Watts anymore. I said I had to replace Ramsey at half time, so we'll do that. We'll let Aranzo more minutes. Williams is struggling down the right. I'll just leave it with that at the moment. Oh no, Hamilton. Let's do a triple sub now, and then we'll just make a couple of subs in the second half. Let's try Demand more now. Since Akandi's come back from his injuries, not done anything. These injuries have just been crippling us. We're on a bit of form. Players are doing well. Pick up an injury. Pick up another injury. And it just seemed about 3, 4, 5 games on the trot, it felt like anyway. I'm not sure if it actually was. But touch wood, fingers crossed, Evans Watts isn't going to be out too long. He has been one of the saving graces of this run so far. Mark Williams now, the youngster. National League North Standard. Toby Adiemo, sorry. Some nice work there, thankfully. Adiemo is slowly picking up. His second league goal of the season. Right. Murphy ID should come off, so we'll get Bayer on in there. We'll make him as a defensive midfielder. And it's, do we leave the youngster on and protect the Rans? Oh no. We'll do that. Oh, it's all tough trying to protect players and win games and injuries. And this is, at least we scored today. In the previous two, we didn't score at all. So that in itself is a bonus. And the way Lincoln started, I think we've come back quite nicely. So I wouldn't say we deserved the point, but a point it is. And now on to Wednesday, I think it is, and FC Wimbledon, who are back top of the league. So yeah, a nice little challenging run. Right, so here we are for the Wimbledon game then. So we are away. Watts, no injury problems there. So I don't know if it's taken him off at half time or just not much of an injury. Whatever it is, he's in and available. So Watts is in goal. Pinheiro, Lonwick, MacArthur and Munz make up the defence. They're all pretty fit, so that's a spot of luck. We've put Aranzo, who is fit and available, onto the bench. It's just purely to protect him. Hopefully after this week, we can actually get him into the team full time. Porcelli comes in for Hammelberg. It's just a bit of rotation, bit of rest for Hammelberg, and Bayer's back. So we've got a defensive midfielder, so hopefully that will alleviate that issue we had in the last game. And Murphy's come in for Lloyd. Kobe Moore on the left and Akandi on the right. So Akandi switches over. Moore comes in. He's back to fitness. And Adiemo up top. So fingers crossed Adiemo can add to his goals. Williams remains in the squad. He's on the bench. He's not done too badly since coming in. And the important thing is we're seeing some progress with his abilities. So it's all good there. So fingers crossed we can get back to hopefully winning ways. Or if not, at least not lose it again. So go on to a 4-game drawing streak, which would be nice, I'm sure. So we'll get into the game. Cherry Red Records Stadium. And it looks like early position. Oh, Pinera. How many times is he going to get booked? He's already had one ban for being booked. Since he's come back, that's at least his second booking. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. He's a great player when he's on the pitch, but I don't know how often he's going to be on the pitch at this rate. Is that his fifth? Where are they? 6 yellow cards. That's impressive. In 12 starts. That must be his 7th one then. Oh dear, oh dear. Right, let's demand more, shall we? So we're controlling possession, but Wimbledon are certainly decent on the counter by the looks of it, with their 7 shots, their goal. But I guess you could say we're not at full strength. We're a couple of players down. And Toby Adeyemo seems to be finding a little bit of form there. He really struggled at the... Well, he obviously scored 2 on his debut in the Carabao Cup. But since then, he had a rich vein of bad form. And I think that's 3 and 4 now. Form. He says. I'm obviously talking rubbish. It's just 2 and 2. It's nice not to have to worry about substitutions at half time. It would be even nicer to have somebody who can take a free kick, but we can't have everything at this level. Ranzo can come in for... Oh man, yeah. Let's just switch them about. Do we need to make any other change? Candy is our biggest issue. Let's do it then. Let's put the youngster on. And yes, a fantastic substitution. Highlights disappear. But we build from the back. Our no-nonsense centre-back finds Mr. Booking himself. The 2 year... No, Lonwick's got a work permit now, so he isn't working. The 2 ESC slots are right back and centre-back, aren't they? We can't find a defender from this country, apparently. Williams, decent ball across. The big Kobe Moore at the back stick. Over the bar. And wouldn't you know it, straight down the other end. Marvellous. Right. Let's swap things about a bit. Freshen things up. Let's get Ramsey in for the Euro. It's hard enough with 11 men on the park. We don't need to worry about Mr. Booking. But to be fair to him, so far in 7 bookings, he's managed to stay on the pitch for each of them. Let's go attacking, shout. Come on, more. Let's see if we can get anything in this last few minutes. How many headers has he had today? He started the season well. He's just dropped his form. It's like his fitness. But I can't be too harsh on them. They are relegation favourites, and we remain in the top 5. Right, well, thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you around next time. Glory! Glory! Glory!